Hey kids, how is everybody? Whoop! How's everybody out there in YouTube land this evening, huh? Are we all alive and well? I know we are here on the good ship Lily 2. Just gotta replace my plug in. I got unplugged there for a second. There we go. Hopefully everybody can see and hear me all right. Hey Coyote, hey Patriot Canadian, how you doing? Glad to see you guys here. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Anyhow, all things here on the good ship Lily 2 are just fine. Me and the dog are doing great. We are not in Marathon, but we could be there tomorrow. We could be there tomorrow if we decide to go tomorrow. We might just hang out here where we're at. I don't know yet. Although we may not. It's kind of bouncy where I'm at right now. So, hey, as June, hello, hey, Babapala, Ruthless Ronnie, how you doing? Good to see everybody coming in. So, hey, Sea Lion, your movement is kind of slow. My movement is slow, huh? Well, we may be buffering a little bit. I don't know. Shouldn't be too bad, though. Shouldn't be too bad. Oh, let's move the cell phone up higher. Maybe you'll get a better signal up there. Oh, boy. Oh, Bergia. Sorry about that, kids. So another long day. Did a lot of miles today. All together, I think we were about 40, if I remember correctly. Somewhere around 40 miles, I think, is what we ended up doing today. Oh, that's not right. Hold on, I'm trying to get the right program up so I can tell you the miles because I wrote it down. 36. There you go. 36 miles today. 8.5 hours underway. Kind of narrow stretch of water. Actually, big, wide open water, but really narrow channels to run through. It was sort of odd today because you had the wave action and it was wide open like you were in these big bays. But in essence, really, there was only a very narrow channel that was dredged deep enough for me to run the boat in. I was running on the inside today, what's known as Bayside. Here in the Florida Keys, there's Oceanside and Bayside. Oceanside is, out towards the ocean. Bayside is in towards the Everglades. Well, I've been running on the Bayside, and it's very shallow. Lots of very shallow spots. And so the only places I could run are places where there was a really, a dredged channel for me to run the boat in. And those have all been fairly narrow today. So had to be really on my toes and watching to keep myself exactly in where I needed to be pretty much at all times. So he might mean the boat. Okay. Oh, the boat movement's slow. Okay, that could be, huh? ABS meter, hey biker, Sea Lion, the video seems slow. Okay. Yeah, I'm in the Florida Keys. I could be to Marathon tomorrow night. This time tomorrow, I could be at Marathon. I'm just debating taking a day and relaxing before I do that. Taking a day off. Unfortunately, where I'm at right now is kind of bouncy, kind of open and exposed and kind of bouncy. But, unless I'm in Buki Harbor, there isn't going to be any place that's not open and exposed and bouncy right now. So there's not little tuck-away spots that you can get to. And the way the wind is blowing right now, it's blowing right through here. I will tell you, I am on a mooring ball tonight. I'm not on anchor. It is a free mooring ball, however. I am on a free mooring ball this evening. So I'll give you that much of a hint. So, and I'm on the inside. Oh, so there you have two hints. One, I'm on the inside, and two, I'm on a mooring ball, and I guess three is that I'm, within range of being in Marathon tomorrow. So, well, one of the things that was sort of scary today, most of the water that I sailed through today, motored through, was shallow and clear. I could see the bottom most of today. In fact, so clear, in fact, I could actually see blades of grass on the seafloor. So very, very much very clear water today. So not bad at all. So, hey Marie, how you doing? Good to see you here. Sorry, I'm yawning, guys. I stayed up kind of late last night hoping I would sleep in this morning, and all I did was get less sleep. I still woke up at 5 a.m. And could not get back to sleep. So really got to work on getting myself acclimated to the new time zone and stuff. Hopefully that'll happen here pretty quick. So, oh man, hey Frank, how you doing? Good to see you here. Hopefully that's the right Frank. Hey Johnny Hag, how you doing? Good to see you here. Glad you made it. Yeah, so we went through some big wide open areas, but yet still a very narrow channel through them. Some places I was going through the what do they call it? Oh crap! The the mangroves. There we go. I had to get that yawn out. Yeah, and a lot of times today I was going through the mangroves, and going through the mangroves, it was really narrow going through the mangroves. So trying to keep the boat right center of the channel. Looking on the maps, on either side of the map, it was only down to 3 feet. So I had to keep it right dead center lest I run aground. So I did not run aground. I did not bump bottom. I didn't have any problems in that regard today. So all is good. Well, guys, I've not yawned at all tonight until I started the live stream. So I don't know why all of a sudden I'm yawning like crazy here, but yep, we're on slow chat to control the troll nonsense. We're on slow chat for control. Must be a fake Frank because one of them's got a wrench. Yeah, well, actually, I think it's the same Frank. I just made him a moderator. Well, actually, I restored him as a moderator. I should put it that way. I just restored Frank as a moderator because Frank does a good job moderating, as long as he doesn't get too carried away with all the trolls. That's all. Everyone liked the vid to get Carl to get rid of slow chat. Yeah, Bebopolo is not going to happen. I'm sorry. After some of the troll attacks we've had recently, the slow chat just tends to slow to roll down and makes it easier for everybody to be able to get a comment in and not allow anybody to jump in there and like we've had happen in the past where we just had comment, so many of them in so close perception that nobody else could do anything. So it eliminates trolls' ability to be able to do that. The one and only. Okay. Frank's saying that he's the coyote now. No, he is not the coyote. Randy is the coyote. Oh, yeah, Frank got his wrench back. Oh, man. I tell you what, guys, where I was yesterday, I got eaten alive by mosquitoes. I'm just itchy all over. It's so itchy, so in fact, that I actually took an allergy med. Maybe that's why I'm yawning. I took an allergy pill here a little bit ago because I've got 2 mosquito bites right here on my neck and on under my arm, and 3 of them on my back and back of my neck, top of my head. I just got ate alive by mosquitoes last night while I was sleeping, and I had the boat closed up tight. So yeah, Bebopple, I'm sorry, I'm not sharing my location. You'll take mosquitoes over frostbite. Yeah, okay. 30 seconds as opposed to 1 mile. I wish it was 30 seconds as opposed to 1 minute. Okay. No, I didn't take Benadryl, C-Line. I took a different medication. If I take Benadryl, actually, if I take Benadryl and Tylenol at the same time, I'm out for the count. I'm asleep for 12 to 14 hours. When I was younger, I'm afraid to take it at this stage of my life. As old as I am, I might take it and never wake up. So, yeah, it knocks the crap out of me when I do that. Ugh. Frank, I'm not good today. My country I call home is in trouble. Last few days have been very bad. What's going on, Patriot? What's going on, Canadian, that your country is in trouble? I've not been on top of the news. What's going on that Canada is in trouble for? I can't imagine Canada being in trouble for anything, but except maybe electing some bad politicians. Postal Service is on strike. Oh, wow. No, don't want to deep sleep on the boat. Oh. Moose Civil War. All the mooses in Canada raising hell. Yeah. Canada really is sort of an interesting country. It is somewhat divided by language. There's the French-speaking Canadians and the English-speaking Canadians, and they really don't get along very well. So Canada could almost be considered 2 different countries in that regard, but hard keeping them all together. Anywho, guys, the boat's fine. Chugged right along today. Getting a bit more smoke out than what I've had in the past. Well, I say that. It was kind of smoky this morning, but this afternoon it was really not smoky. So, so I don't know. Maybe it was just me. I don't know. But everything on the boat seems to be functioning fine. Had a pleasant Thanksgiving yesterday. I'm sorry I didn't live stream yesterday, but I just didn't feel like it. Felt like it was Thanksgiving and people should be doing things with family and not online chatting with me. So I didn't do a live stream yesterday. Hope you guys will forgive me for that. But plus, it was kind of a long day yesterday. I was in a spot. I got to one spot and I got my anchor set. In fact, I was on the phone with Frank when I did that. I just gotten my anchor set and it was in a pretty good spot. And while I was just setting the anchor, I just got it done. I was still having my conversation with Frank. The wind did 180 degrees and the waves picked up. And it was really blowing. There was a bit of a storm blowing there, and it was even bouncier than what I'm experiencing here right now. So I had to go back up on deck, restart the engine, pull the anchor, and move about 3 miles over to a spot that got me better protection from the wind. And of course, as soon as I got there and got the anchor set and got it down, then once again, the wind changed direction, and I would have been fine right where I had been. So, Sea Lions in UK, but Buffalo's in UK. Okay, thank you, Frank. There's my PayPal. Dear crew, we are going to lose our border in December. The UN agreement that Trump would not agree to, our Prime Minister is going to sign. Canada's MSM is getting bought off for $595 million. MSM? I don't know what MSM means, Patriot Canadian. MSM. Going to sign Canada's MSM. I don't know what MSM means. Maybe somebody could help me with that. So I don't know. Anyhow, so I was in a yeah, that's where I was at, Sea Line. I don't know what MSN means. So I was in a bad spot, and I moved. And then once I moved, I got too close into the bushes again, and so I got it too close. I got a bunch of mosquitoes. So should not have stayed there last night. Should have moved again, but it was already getting dark. Then it was too late. Oh, mainstream media. I get it. Okay. Mainstream media got bought off for 500. Hey, you can buy me off for $595 million. I could be bought for that. I could be bought for a fraction of that. Just one of those numbers, either the 5, the 9, either one of those numbers would be fine. As long as a million was after it. Hell yeah. Mainstream media, okay. Oh, sorry about that, Canadian. Seems like media is having problems all over. And you know, the media serves a real vital role in our country and the way our country is formed and stuff. So 5.9 cents. There you go. And not quite that low. Yeah, you know, the media really serves a vital role, and it's really sucks that we've gotten to a point now where we can't trust our own media. You know, that they're misrepresenting stuff. And you know, just the other day watching all the stuff that came out about how the news channels are faking all the weather stuff, making it seem like it's a lot worse than what it really is. You know, news anchors acting like they're in the middle of a hurricane, and here's a couple kids walking down the street behind them. You know, yeah, their role is now propaganda. Well, to some degree, Johnny Haggett always was propaganda, but propaganda that we use against other countries, not propaganda that we use against ourselves. And unfortunately now it's all propaganda against ourselves, where it makes it very difficult for anybody to know the truth behind anything anymore. So, you know, 87 looks like it right now, Bebopla, 87 people. But yeah, a lot of them are just lurkers who don't comment, the silent majority who do not comment. So at least that's been my experience. So it is what it is. Hey, Carrie Beth, how you doing? Sure, come on board. You're always welcome here. So I did have to kind of laugh today. We had a situation on Facebook today. Actually, it developed yesterday. You know, when you're sailing and you're by yourself and you're, you know, somewhat isolated, communicative wise, you have certain resources available to you to figure out what you're doing. You know, I use a program called Navionics to help navigate and figure out where I'm going. And then, of course, you know, we have charts. We have navigational charts and stuff that we use to help us figure out where we're going and what we're doing. The problem with all that is that, you know, Irma and Michael and all these other hurricanes have come through and they change things. So what had been is not the same as what it is now. So I find myself, I like to use services like Active Captain. And if you're not familiar with Active Captain, what Active Captain is, it's where other people who have gone someplace before I've gotten there have identified it, made comments about it, and rated it. In other words, this spot where I'm at right now, the mooring ball that I'm on, this free mooring ball, I learned about through Active Captain. Yeah, on Active Captain, they talked about these mooring balls, and somebody said they were here, and then they weren't here. Well, apparently they're back because there's 3 of them here, and I'm on one of them. But you know, so Active Captain is a crowdsource system where people get on and they post about you know, different anchorages, different marinas, fuel docks, whatever information they see along the way. You know, hey, this channel marker so and so isn't there. It should have been there, or whatever. He yelped for pirates. Okay, something like that. So, anyhow, I use those resources. Well, here in the Florida Keys, a lot of the people going down the ICW are heading towards where I'm going to, Boot Key Harbor. Boot Key Harbor is a very popular destination with the ICW crowd. And so I went to the Facebook page for Boot Key Harbor, and I asked for an update. If anybody had an update, going on, how's the ICW going from, through the Florida Keys on the inside and the outside, what's the news? What's the word? What information should I need? And, yeah, bug spray with D. Yeah, I did spray down, Marie. I don't like that stuff, but hello, Donna. Anyhow, so I got on there and I posted a question, for local information. Anybody give me an update on shoaling or issues along the ICW? Is it still possible for me to bring my boat down the inside, which, as I understood, it was possible. And of course, you got the usual helpful folks that get on there and they're like, yeah, yes or no, or, to take this passage or go this route or go that route, all the usual stuff. Well, there was one bonehead guy on there that, a very experienced sailor who really is a, thinks he just knows everything about everybody. And he got on there and chided me for asking about local information, saying that I needed to get more training so I would know better and not have to ask a question like that. And so I responded back to him. I'm saying, well, I'm sorry, but, I do know how to read charts. I know how to read my navigation, but I don't know what the hurricanes may have changed, what shoaling is going on. There's no publication out there you can read that's going to have that kind of current information, except maybe the Coast Guard alerts. And even those are fairly inaccurate. So I find it's best to avail myself of local information by getting onto groups like Boot Key Harbor and saying, hey guys, all you guys just came down the ICW to get to Boot Key Harbor. What did you see? What problems did you run into? That kind of information. Anyhow, so he chided me for it. And there was a veritable landslide, a tsunami of people that jumped all over him because of his attitude. I'm not talking about 2 or 3 or 4. I'm talking about like 30 or 40 different people got onto the thread and read this guy the riot act because of his attitude. Instead of doing something helpful, he just came back and was saying, well, you obviously don't know what you're doing if you're asking for local information. Well, local information is one of the best information you can get. Anytime you're in some place, in fact, even the Coast Guard recommends trying to get local information to enter this channel or that channel or something. So it's always good to get that. So anyhow, this guy got sort of chastised. So I was like, okay, well, no problem, It went on for a day or so, and man, he was really getting beat up. I mean, a lot of people kept, to the point where it was getting really fight and argumentative, and he was arguing back with them, and they were arguing with him. I mean, they were calling him names and stuff. And I'm like, well, this is my thread. I'm just going to delete it so that I don't have to worry about it anymore, and this guy will stop getting beat up for his obviously ignorant comment. All well and good, right? Wrong. So the guy gets on this same group chat and thanked the moderators for taking my thread down. So I got on there and said, wait a minute. They didn't take the thread down. I took the thread down because I was tired of watching you get beat up. And on top of that, the guy came back with more attitude for me. Not only on the thread, but then also started private messaging me on Facebook as well. I was like, this guy is just not the kind of person I want to have in my life. Goodbye, delete, and gone. So, so I look at all the drama that I've had with all the trolls and stuff on my channel. Apparently, this is something that's just ongoing all over the place. There's a lot of misunderstanding going on. People are still learning to communicate through text and through little tiny, messages and stuff, and we're just not very good at it. So, please describe a mooring ball. Okay, as June, A mooring ball is a place where somebody set a very, very heavy anchor, usually a 500-pound or 1,000-pound anchor. They run a chain up and they attach to that a ball that floats at the surface. On that ball, they then run a rope that floats behind it that you can grab and hook to and get your boat secured to instead of you dropping your own anchor. In places like where I'm at right now, there's a lot of seagrass growing here, and in the Florida Keys, they're doing a lot trying to protect that seagrass. They don't want us dropping an anchor and dragging anchor chains across it and tearing up the seagrass. So as a way of protecting the seagrass in this particular area, they install mooring balls. They make them free for people to use as a way for them just to try to protect the environment here a little bit. I think it's a great way for them to do it. So, hey Donna, how you doing? Good to see you here. Yes, I know that, Marie. Thank you. Marie, is that you? Mooring ball is an anchor cable. It's molded into the floor of the city. Okay, Carrie Beth has a good example. 1, 2. Yep. So, yes, Lion is both of us. All right. Yeah, Madonna, it's been a long time. Haven't spoken to you in a while. I'm glad to see you back. So, yeah, the mooring balls are a good idea, and I really like to see the use of them in some areas. And they're used for different areas. Some areas use, like here, they're doing it to protect the environment. In some areas, like for example in Boot Key Harbor, they're doing them strictly for the economic development of them. They put in the mooring balls and they charge you. As an example, if I get to Boot Key Harbor tomorrow and I want to tie on to one of their mooring balls, I have to pay them $325 a month to use that mooring ball. Where I'm at right now, this mooring ball is free and I can stay here for up to a week for nothing. Absolutely free. So, needless to say, if I get to Marathon tomorrow, I don't have $300, so I won't be getting a mooring ball. In fact, I'm not sure I'm even going to be able to afford to anchor there right now because in order to land the dinghy to shore, you have to pay them $225 to use a dinghy dock. So I may have to figure out something else. I can't even get there and try to find a job because I can't afford to land my dinghy at the dock right now. So, which is one of the reasons why I do these live streams, you know, so I can communicate with folks and hopefully folks will donate and I'll have the funds to do that. So I very much need to raise a couple $100 if at all possible tonight so that I can have a mooring ball to tie to, or not a mooring ball, so I can anchor in the harbor and still be able to land my dinghy so I can go ashore. So I have to pay to breathe on oxygen. Hey, Bibapala, I understand in some places that you're not even allowed to keep the rainwater that lands on your land. If the rain lands on your property, you can't even use that rainwater in some places right now. That's how crazy this is getting. So, turtles eat the seagrass. Well, not only do turtles eat the seagrass, but manatees eat the seagrass, and then of course the seagrass provides a habitat for shrimp and a myriad of other small fishes use them as a nursery area. So, you're almost to Marathon. Yeah, Donna, I am 34 miles to Marathon right now. I can be there tomorrow. So, wouldn't it be cheaper to rent the dock? Oh, no, no. If you could find a dock in this area, it'd be $600 to $700 a month if you could find a dock. So, hey, John Dolan, how you doing, buddy? Good to see you here. I'm assuming that's the right John Dolan. That would make life easier. Hey, John Dolan, as a matter of fact, if you would, sir, tell me something that you and I have been exchanging conversations about so that I know it's you. In fact, what did I tell you in my most recent email to you? So, Wrong John. I don't know if it's wrong John or not. We'll see how he responds. So, Hal Mitchell, am I blocked? No, Hal, you're there. Welcome. Glad to see you here. I feel like you should have figured that out before arriving. Yeah, well, Hal, shit happens, you know. Apparently, you've not been following along about what my channel has been all about. So, something about tossing salad. No. That's the right answer. That is the correct John Dolan. Thank you, sir. And now, to make it really easy to identify the correct John Dolan, I've now made John Dolan a moderator. Not that I'm expecting John to do any moderation, but this way we just know it's the right John Dolan. So, before leaving, been here since before leaving Alaska. Okay, well then you should know my story. So, anyhow, guys, a good idea. Yeah, June, I really like when they put in mooring balls as an environmental protection. That I do like. So, yep, slips are hard to come by in the Keys, and they are very expensive if you can find one. So, all right. So anyhow, we are 34 miles from Marathon, as I've said. I can be there tomorrow. Hot day today. My God, it was hot today. I can tell you when I got here and got tied to the mooring ball, I walked from tying on up on the bow of the mooring ball. I walked to the back, dropped my ladder, and jumped in to cool off. Man, I'll tell you what, that swim this evening, it felt so good. It felt so good. We were up in the 90s today, no cloud cover. The sun was bearing down on me and Miss Lily. There was about a 5-mile-an-hour breeze from the north. But of course, we were heading south at about 5 miles an hour. So the effective wind on our boat was 0. We had no breeze at all on the boat because the boat was traveling at the same speed as the wind was traveling. So it was very, very hot today. I got a little sunburn on my legs and stuff, on my knees where they were exposed. And Miss Lily was just not a happy camper. In fact, I actually got a bucket of water and out of the bay and dumped it on her to cool her off. She wasn't too happy about me doing that, but after I did that, she was appreciative of the cool water. So she doesn't like getting wet like that. Oh, hey, darling Dar, good to see you back. Yep, yeah, I had a great Thanksgiving. I hope everybody else did. Today, but at least in Naples we had some occasional cloud cover. Yeah, we didn't have any cloud cover today. Well, I won't say we didn't have any. There was a little small, tiny little fluff of a cloud that the sun got behind for all of about 10 minutes or so, but that was about it. So, no Thanksgiving here. Yeah, well, Sea Lion, you guys are in the UK, so you guys wouldn't have Thanksgiving over there, right? But you have other holidays like Thanksgiving, don't you? I don't know. What are the national holidays in England? I have no idea. Armco, yes, water's nice and clear. In fact, it was so clear while I was underway today, I saw a spotted eagle ray in the water. The water was so clear I could actually see the spots on the back of the ray in about 7 feet of water. I could see blades of grass on the seafloor in about 7 or 8 feet of water today as I was motoring along. So very, very clear water right now. Okay. Marathon. Yep. We're pretty much to the end now, Alan. Absolutely. I mean, we're in the Florida Keys. I'm, right in the. I'm about a quarter of the way down through the Florida Keys, and I'm only going halfway through the Keys. So Marathon's at the halfway point in the Florida Keys, and I'm halfway to the halfway point. So there you go. Lily Darlindar says hello. She slept right through that. Never even heard me. She's a tired pup. She came down below. She finished the water in her water dish. I refilled it. She drank half of that too. Ate a little bit, not a lot of food. She climbed up here on the couch and she is out. I don't know if I can get her picture of her, but she's just out. Out cold. She is very, very much asleep at the moment, so. But it's all good. You know, the boat's fine. We did fine. We're making good miles. We're 34 miles away from Marathon. We'll be there tomorrow. Hey, Gene, good to see you here. Haven't seen you in a while. Hope you had a great Thanksgiving, man. Good to see you here. So, anyhow, that's kind of it, guys. Tomorrow's the last the day. I was really debating staying here for a day or two. The mooring ball that I'm on is free, and I can stay here up to a week. So I was thinking, well, maybe I should stay here up to a week and edit a video or two and put some real content out and, you know, stall for a little bit, hoping to get some donations in so I can afford to get the Marathon. Because as soon as I get there, I have to pay immediately to have use of the dinghy dock and stuff. And I do have a couple of things I need to do. Man, I really need to take a hot shower, and I'm looking forward to doing some laundry. I have to do some laundry today, so. And I got to get the garbage taken care of off the boat and a few of those little chores things. But right now, I can't afford to get the Marathon. I mean, I can afford to get the Marathon. I just can't afford to pay for the dinghy dock so I can land there, but it's all good. So anyhow, if you're thinking along, guys, in the description down below, there you go. Frank just put my PayPal up, so says you'll be making the Destiny. Oh, yeah, absolutely, Darandar. I have no doubt in my mind I'll get there. She's been taking your tablets again. No, she doesn't get into my meds at all. Thanks, Gene. I appreciate it, buddy. Hey, I'll probably be there tomorrow or the next day, depending on whether I'm going to move on or take a day or not, so. Sea Lion, the Florida Keys are about 120 miles north to south. I'm going to Marathon, which is about mile 60, so it's right about in the middle of the Florida Keys. Mile 0 would be down in Key West, and at the far end of Key Largo is 120 miles up the Overseas Highway, they call it, up the Overseas Highway here in the Keys. So, so there we go. Anyhow. I am thrilled that the boat's working fine. I mean, there's just nothing wrong. We just chugged along. You know, the boat started right up today, and I got it in gear. It was really nice not to have to deal with any bridges or delays in that regard today. It was just put the boat in gear, and away we went. Didn't have to take it out of gear until I got here to the mooring ball. So, but, you know, every time you got to shift it in and out of gear, every time I do that, I'm like, is this going to be the last time? You know, is it going to shift into gear? And it does. It's been shifting fine. It's been throttling fine. It's been running fine. But I don't know. After 7 months of on the grind, go, I'm really looking forward to stop for a while. So, you know, Flaming Dragon out of fresh stuff right now. Had some spaghetti tonight. I did have some turkey luncheon meat. I had a turkey sandwich for Thanksgiving yesterday. I did have a turkey sandwich, but and I do have some fresh eggs left, but no fresh meats or vegetables left. I'm down to cans, canned good everything now. Pretty much canned good everything, so which is fine. I got lots of cans on board. And I just bought Miss Lily a fresh bag of dog food. In fact, I haven't even put it into her dog bin yet. I'm still trying to finish up the stuff she's got in there. I want to get all of it used up and out of there before I add the fresh dog food in. So, made up of 1,700 islands. Is that true? Sea Lion, I won't say that's true or not true, but there's a bunch of islands. I mean, there's a whole crap load of little islands here all over the place. So, Gene, the slow mode is to stop the trolls from the troll attack like we had the other day. It just means that you can only make a chat every 60 seconds. You can't just keep hitting it over and over and over again like some people like to do. But we had a problem with a troll attack the other day, and by having the slow mode on, it stops the troll attacks from being able to happen. So it's just a way of being able to control that. So, but yeah, the Keys make up a ton of islands. And you know, in this part of the Keys where I'm now at, on the inside here, I'm really looking forward to being able to explore this area more by boat. I really am. I'm thinking I might want to try to get myself a flats boat or something that can run in really shallow water, because there's so many really cool places around here. I'd really like to explore a lot of this area in more detail. It's just beautiful here. Crystal clear water. I mean, 12 feet of water, you can see the bottom without a problem. All these great little anchor spots here on the inside that you can anchor at. I mean, I'm really excited about it, you know, and especially once I get my combination fishing, shrimp, and lobster permit, then I'm really looking forward to being able to just take a lot of time and checking out different areas here of the Keys, because it's really pretty down here. So should get the old fishing rod out. Yeah, I don't have a Florida fishing license yet, so. Some bone skull, buddy bones, all natural, very healthy for Lily. The Walmart, really great snakes. I think she loves them. Okay. Yeah, darn, she still has a crap load of dog treats still that people got us when we were back in Sandusky. I mean, I'm still feeding her dog treats from Sandusky because people gave us so much, it was just crazy. People got it, you could do it. You really showed them, didn't you, bud? Yeah, I did, Frank. Yeah, I did. Yeah, for all the people that said there was going to be a big train wreck, well, guess what? The train is pulling into the station, folks. No train wreck here. The chat, I may want to adjust that, Carl. It is a turtle crawler. I love trawler crawling, but it's not in the chat. Okay. Mode is like a moat, and the mods are the tower guards. I guess to some degree. Okay. Well, thank you, Carrie Beth. I appreciate that. I really do. Get a kayak. Yeah, I don't know about a kayak. I hurt my back once in a kayak. I've got a lower back issue, and I don't know if a kayak's going to be a good thing for me. And at my age, my balance isn't what it used to be, so. Okay, just for future reference. All right, I'll keep that in mind. Flow is good. Time to think about your words. There you go, Marie. Yeah, I agree with that. You got an interesting trip so far. Oh, Dave, isn't that the case? Absolutely. Absolutely. You know, every day I think back on different spots along the way and different things that I saw, from all the way up on Lake Erie and the Erie Canal and down the Hudson and around Long Island Sound, that area, New Jersey. I mean, all of that, you know, all of that. The Delaware, the Chesapeake, down the ICW the whole way. It's really been quite the adventure, quite an amazing trip. And, you know, not to toot my own horn here, but I pretty much took a 45-year-old boat that I bought for $2,000 and brought it 2,800 miles. I don't know. I think that's pretty good. You know, I got about, from a purchase standpoint, I think that's about 72 cents a mile. I mean, I don't know if anybody can buy a boat and travel at 72 cents a mile and get somewhere with it. So, very stable also. Yeah. Yeah, maybe I just didn't have a good one, Johnny Haig. I don't know. Yes, Lily does have more food choices than I do. Pretty much, yeah. The fewer words, the more important they seem. There you go. Oh, looks like flow mode is working. Haven't seen Troll Talk since getting here. Good call. Yeah, Gene, it's been a nice improvement. I think we finally got that situation somewhat under control. I think they've all pretty much given up. You know, they realize that they haven't succeeded at anything, and so a lot of them have just given up. You know, Although I had to laugh this morning, I had one of the idiots, trying to prank call me all the time. I just turned the ringer off on my phone now, so I don't have to deal with it. But I mean, they're still trying to disrupt the live stream by calling in all the time and doing that. So, okay, so that's not the right John Dolan there. I gotta check something out here, guys. Give me a second. Yeah, that's what I thought. So the John Dolan that says, I think you should rest tomorrow, appears to be the fake John Dolan. Either that or he changed his login already. So, I don't know, let's leave it alone and see what happens. You switched to your computer. Okay, I see, John. I just made you a moderator on your whatever other device you were using. Slows the trolls. Yep, that's what it does. Slow mode slows the trolls roll. Nobody can go shore marathon. No, Martin, here in Boot Key Harbor, they really regulate it pretty well. I used to live on 24th Street in Marathon, which is accessible to Boot Key Harbor, and we would have people in boats come up and tie off to the mangroves and just to get to shore so they could walk to the grocery store or what have you. And the police used to come and try to chase people off when they did that. They actually enforced that they weren't allowed to land their dinghies other places unless they used the dinghy dock. And you can't use the dinghy dock unless you pay them the $225 for use of the dinghy dock. And it's not just use of the dinghy dock, but it's also a place to park your car, the showers, and the use of facilities there, laundry and all that. So, okay. Well, John, since you're on your computer now, trying to think what else I could ask you to tell me about so I can make sure it's the right John Dolan, so I can make this John Dolan a moderator as well. That way we don't have to worry about your identity going forward. Carlos seems to have calmed a bit where you're at since you started the show anyway. Well, it still feels pretty bouncy, but we'll see. We'll see. Carl, what's the first thing you'll do when you arrive at Marathon? First thing I'm going to do is drink a beer. I'm going to drop the anchor, get it set, and drink a beer. That's the first thing I'm going to do. The second thing I'm going to do is probably try to go ashore, get registered, and if I can, and take a shower and do laundry. Get water. I'm about out of water. I got to get water for me and the dog. So I don't know. We'll go from there. What responsible thing are you going to do? Oh, I've got work to do. I've got lots of work to do. So you can't afford to get off the train. Spreading links concerning Frank. Remember, I sent you a screenshot of it, not 3D. One typing on this live stream right now is spreading links concerning. Okay. Yeah, I remember that. Okay. Promote Lily to your first mate. I make any stops along the way to Marathon? No, not from here. I wouldn't be making any stops. Actually, I think what I'm going to do, is from here, I'm going to cut to the outside from here. I'm right near a causeway with a big bridge that I can get underneath with my mast height. So I think I'm going to go underneath that bridge and cross over to the outside, get out on the reef side, because I've gone most of the direction. Yeah, there you go. That's right. That's right. Thanks, John Dolan. Now we got that straightened out. But anyhow, so yeah, I'm not going to be making any stops to Marathon. I think I'm going to go to the outside and go along the reef, and then that'll just get me straight there. So. Yeah, darn, I've already started my real estate work. Actually, the first thing I need to do is go to the post office. I've got some letters I have to mail. That's the first business thing I got to do. Shortcuts make long delays. They can. Yeah, and the way I'd be going, Bobopola, to go through the cut and go to the outside, actually, as I understand it, it'll save me a half hour. So it's not really a shortcut. It's just, it's a recommended passage. So. Yeah, darn, don't. I'm going to put you in timeout for attacking Marie there. Don't do that. I don't like people attacking other people like that. Leave Marie alone. She's just fine. Yep, I already got you, John. You're there. You're moderated now. Yeah, I don't know, John. I mean, if I was you, I would seriously get a surveyor on that and have him look at it. I think that's a very good price on that boat. I really do. I think that's a very good price on that boat. So that's a very well equipped, well set up catamaran. Just my opinion, I would, if that's something that you think is going to work for you and you like the idea of the lifestyle on that, I'd go ahead and get somebody on that looking at it pretty quick. So, yeah, I don't know, Bob, if it would be necessary to hire his own broker. I would just hire a surveyor to go take a look at it. I think John has sufficient negotiating skills and ability to be able to make sure that the seller's broker handles a transaction properly. I would just make sure that he gets a... No, Frank, it's all good. It's all good. You already scheduled a survey. Good deal. Yeah. Okay, into that beer. Well, anyhow, guys, always a half asking price when working your way up. Can always go, but not down. Okay. I think you meant can always go up, but not down. Oh. Okay. Yeah, I think Frank finally got his phone working, Marie. You're right. I think he finally got his phone working. The waterway is busy this time of year, very busy this time of year, Bebopolo. There's a lot of people coming down the ICW right now, heading to the Florida Keys, heading to the Bahamas. This is the busy time of the year for traffic on the ICW right now. It'll start clearing out. The Florida Keys are going to be busy for a month or two, and then everybody will be heading over to the Bahamas soon. So, will you sail up the Gulf Coast? No. Once I get to Marathon, I'm going to be staying in Marathon and working for a while. So, brokering directly through Exquisite Yachts. There you go. Yeah. Just try to find a surveyor, though, John, that's not in Exquisite Yachts' pocket. I would not necessarily use their recommended broker or surveyor, but maybe if they could recommend 3 or 4 surveyors, and then you can talk to them individually and figure out which one of them's not in their pocket. I have hired a surveyor before that I thought was working for me, and it turned out he was working for the sales agent. That was up in Alaska. And I had a surveyor flat out lie to me about the condition of a boat I was buying. So, look at Gone with the Wings first video. Yep. Some brokers are, Bill, like anything else, just like some real estate agents. Some real estate agents are bad, some of them are good. No different in the boat industry, no different in any industry. I don't care what industry you're in. You're going to have some good, you're going to have some bad. So, a little bit of all that. Yeah, John, is it in the BVI or the USVI? I wasn't sure on that. Was it in St. John or St. Thomas, or is it in Tortola? I assume if it's in the BVI, it would be in Tortola. That would make the most sense. But I thought Exquisite Yachts, I thought it was in the USVI somewhere. Oh, surveyors, what do they cost? Fortune. Fortune. The guy I hired up in Alaska, I was looking at a $20,000 boat in Alaska that I bought, and I paid $800, $780, $770 for the surveyor to look at the boat. And he flat out lied to me. Oh, it's in Tortola. Okay, yeah. Yeah, Tortola is a cool town. Fun town, fun island. Very fun island. Party area, without a doubt. They were trying to buy a cat in the mid, almost got screwed by a bad broker. Yeah, you can. You can. Especially when you're trying to buy something overseas like that. If you're in the Mediterranean, you've got all the time differences, you've got the language differences to deal with. There's a lot of variables that can affect the transaction. So even just buying one in the British Virgin Islands makes it a little bit more difficult. So. Okay. The iPhone 10 R Max, I love it. So much easier to use than the 6 Plus. You find the same phone as mine. Okay. Talking $100 for there's a big rips. Huh. Okay. Yeah, Frank's gone high tech. The iPhone 10. Huh. I don't know. I think of my next phone that I buy, I may not buy an iPhone. I think I may go for the Android versions. I'm not really happy with Apple right at the moment. So, but any event, that has nothing to do with anything else. Just well, listen, guys, we've gone through a perfectly good hour here. The boat's working fine. I'm working fine. The dog, she's sleeping fine. She's still out cold. I thought about possibly staying here a day or so just to relax, but I think I'm just going to go ahead and head on over to Marathon. Total refit last year. Yep, it did. Does a bank loan require a broker report? Oh yeah, a bank loan is going to require not a broker report. It's going to require a survey. So the surveyor looks at. Yes, Johnny Hag, you're absolutely right. A good sailor surveyor should check all the boat systems, everything. So I'll give you a call. Yeah, Frank, I saw that you called me earlier. I just haven't called you back yet. So. No bank loan involved. Good deal, John. Drinking a Heine feet tonight, Captain. Hey, Captain Cash, thank you, man. Cash, okay. All right, guys, well, I'm going to go ahead and pull the plug on this here. You guys be good and be careful. You guys take good care of each other. I hope everybody had a great Thanksgiving. And remember, in the description down below, there's links to my PayPal. Should you want to help fund my adventure. I know right now I could really use some funds, so if you can, that'd be great. Anyhow, we'll have more for you guys tomorrow. I'll live stream tomorrow while underway. I try to do at least once a day. I try to do something while I'm underway to give you guys a view of what it's really like while I'm out there doing that, instead of me just sitting here in the boat in the dark. But So check out my morning videos. I know so many people aren't watching them so much, but if you want to kind of see what it's like out there, watch my morning videos. I shoot those while underway. Give you a pretty good idea of what that's like. So anyhow, good night, everybody. We'll have more for you tomorrow. John, no, I've not seen anything from you for a while now. No, I haven't. I'm sorry. Well, unless you did something this evening, in which case I have it off. I have my phone off. So, yes. Yes, okay. I did see that, John. Thank you. Yep. I have to put my phone up while we're doing the live streams now because the trolls just keep hammering my phone. So I can't watch it. It doesn't come up like it did. But yes, John, thank you very much. I appreciate that, buddy. I appreciate that very much. You rock, man, as always. So, okay. All right. Anyhow, guys, I'll have more for you tomorrow. Be good, be careful, take good care of each other, and we'll see you then. Thanks, guys. Have a great night.